What's up, YouTube girlies? It's your girl, Yoni Mack. I remember when I had my first baby girl, I was just like, I'm going to get all the girlies knocked up that want to be knocked up because I came up with the plan. And then boom, just like that, boom, I literally had a miscarriage by the end of the year. It was wild as hell. And then I had another one after that. I'm like, how did I revert back to where I didn't want to be? Because it was devastating. I already had a baby girl. I had a smooth pregnancy. And you know what? I only even gained 13 pounds. I wish I could say the same with this one. But anyway, what was cool was I can say I got pregnant. What was not cool was, why does my body like to miscarry? So we had to figure this out. We absolutely had to figure this out.
It's Yoni Mack. Like, share, subscribe.
I will tell you that because my body was still in postpartum, my hormones were not together. I stopped taking the prenatal vitamins. I didn't even take postnatal vitamins. If you want to have another baby after your first one, take postnatal vitamins. You have to get those hormones under control. In fact, I learned that it takes almost 2 years to get your hormones back in order. 2 years. So I'm like 10 months in. I am postpartum. I didn't even know at the time I was having seizures. I knew I was having them, but I didn't know it was epilepsy. I just thought I was tired. I have a newborn. Duh. You know what I mean? So it's just here I am in the infancy stage and she's starting to sleep a little bit more. So that means I'm sleeping a little bit more. I'm still panicked. I'm still stressed. I'm still figuring out work and then just life in general as a new mom. All of this stuff contributed to me miscarrying again. Child. So when I had the second one, which the pregnancy ended even faster, I'm like, something is wrong. What is wrong? At the second one, I was down like 50 pounds or something like that. So I lost the pregnancy rate and I had randomly gained 25 pounds because I had a hernia surgery. I was so mad. Are you kidding me? Was this what was whatever? But I worked hard and I said, all right, I lost 50 pounds. I'm down 50, so I should be getting ready to go. Wrong again. And it wasn't weight. It was sugar. Now, sugar has never been my friend anyway, because again, anybody with PCOS will tell you they can't have a whole lot of sugar. I mean, that's just period. But you tack that in with seizures and epilepsy and medications and lack of preparation, it is going to clash. I think when I got pregnant that second time, I was just like, oh my God. I felt like I was healthier, but I wasn't taking my vitamins. I was not yoni steaming as much. I did, but not as much. So I'm just like, why does my body keep malfunctioning like this? Another thing I realized, my ovulation was off because we were trying to be careful until I was mentally ready and not traumatized from having continual miscarriages. Why the heck have I been pregnant for 4 pregnancies with one child? Pissing me off. Not that I wanted 4 kids or anything but if God wants to bless you, girl. But this was not working. This was just not working. My ovulation was off. So then I would kind of get pregnant, not just all kind of stuff. And by the pregnancy after the second pregnancy after the, oh my goodness, I have so many. Oh, this is kind of embarrassing almost. But at one pregnancy when I had lost the weight, at least 50 pounds, I wasn't drinking. I wasn't eating sugar. I wasn't taking care of myself fully, but I was still doing daily detoxes, again, using my Just Balance soap, using my turmeric soap. I'd even scrub my body with my turmeric stuff. I just would use my own products. But I wasn't drinking my tea. I wasn't owning tea. I did it occasionally, but my ovulation was off. So if my ovulation was off, my hormones were off. Guess what's going to be off? Pregnancy. Because I'd get pregnant. It seemed like, my doctor said, it seemed like getting pregnant is not hard for you. Well, I'd rather it not happen than it happen and it come and go. It depends on how you feel. However, for my girlies that are trying and it's you're like, Yoni Mack, it's not even happening for me. Believe me, boo-boo, you probably would rather get pregnant and stay pregnant because it was driving me crazy. It was breaking my heart because I'm like, I can't even breathe. I see this plus sign. I see pregnancy. I'm just like, when am I going to make it? And by that point, the top of 2025, when I tell you that pregnancy came and went, I was devastated because I'm like, I don't know what else to do. My stress levels were really high. I was going through a lot with Yoni Mack product-wise. People were going through a lot, so my sales were coming in. I was dealing with leaving an AI job. Did I want to go back to academia, go crawling back? I had to just make all these heavy decisions. My husband was really carrying us as a family. And then we were putting our daughter in school, like not like regular school, because at the time I think it was just 2, something like that. I should know. But she was 2 and she was starting a new place. So that means it's a private school. So it ain't cheap and ain't free. So it's like I just had a lot going on. So my body's under an extreme amount of stress. And then I had to try to make sure I balanced my hormones, made sure that my seizures were controlled. I don't like to call them my seizures. The seizures I was having were controlled, because epilepsy will either spiral out of control or you can cruise. I was not cruising. Those seizures would come and go and come and go. I would be super excited about, oh my goodness, I went a month, and then boom, the next month I would have them almost every couple days, every week. And it was such like a tug and war. So that meant I needed to get my body in order. So I had to see my neurologist, try different medications, and let's see which one worked. It was so much going on. Of course, my body can't carry. I guess I could conceive, but it couldn't carry under those circumstances. I needed to do more. One of the things I had to do was balance that stress, decide what was going to be important, what was not going to be important, what was going to stress me, what was not going to stress me. A lot of it was just cutting shit out. And I'm being honest, cutting stuff out like people. And then even what I'm listening to, what can like work my nerves. Like there's certain things like toxic stuff. Like I like to watch reality TV because it's so amusing to me. But at the same time, like your girl had to cut some of it out because it was too toxic. It would throw off my mood, things like that. I had to learn to just kind of meditate. And that's when I would do like my enemas. That's when I would Yoni steam and just rebalance myself. If I thought I was going to talk to someone that was going to just drain me, I just didn't because that was just not my space. And sometimes my space gets really violated with love, but too much love. And I have to learn, and I learned that quickly last year, to just say no. But my stress levels were so high that I would just let someone drain me. I had to stop that because it cannot work. It cannot work. At some point, I had got myself rebalanced, and then y'all saw the YouTube videos coming out. I was doing my Womanhood is Ghetto podcast. Things were looking up. So it was just like, that meant things were starting to balance. Cool. Pregnancy again. That meant my body was better this time. I made sure of it because I knew sugar was a culprit and stress was a culprit. A big part of stress is you're going to have to learn to sleep. And one of the medications I was taking would keep me from sleeping. I'm not even kidding. How is it that you get somebody medication to not have seizures, but medication is telling you, and the doctor's like, you need to sleep at least 7 to 8 hours, but this medication only allows me to sleep 4. And again, that's just the whole process, trying to find the right medication. Oh my goodness, I had a year last year, but it ended on top. The first thing I did, and I think I talked about this before, was I made a plan. I made a diet plan. I made a workout plan. I made a doctor plan. I made all kinds of plans to make sure I was going to be just fine. But miscarrying twice after giving birth, that was beyond humbling. I think I went into severe depression. I'm not even lying to you. I went to severe depression because it was just like, one, I'm trying to be a good mother to the one that I have, but then I'm grieving. Like, I'm grieving the ability to carry again, the ability to give my child a sibling. I'm grieving what's happening to me because my hormones could just not get ready and together. And then on top of that, I'm having seizures. It's like, oh, your girl was going through it. I had to come up with a plan, and I had to stick with it. Those of you girlies that are out there like, oh, Yoni Mack, I want to have a baby. Come up with a plan that you know will work for you. And we can come up with a plan together. Just let me know. But come up with a plan that you know that will work for you, because I promise you, girly girl, that those plans will go far. But you gotta stick to it. And one thing I'm not gonna do is come up with a plan that I'm not gonna stick to. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you and be like, well, I had this vegan diet. I drank, a gallon of water every day. No, I didn't, because I can't commit to that. However, I did half sometimes. I wouldn't even lie to you and say I did half most time. No, I didn't. I did. If I drink half a gallon of water, it'd be like maybe twice a month, okay? But majority of the time, all I did was drink water throughout the day anyway. Remember I told you, if I had juice, I had to make it because I can't drink juice anyway. And so if I had to do workout, it better be fun, because I'm not going to be just walking on a treadmill for like an hour and being bored every day. And plus, it stops working after a while anyway. but I needed to make sure my workouts are cool. I found this cute couple on YouTube and I followed them and they had all kind of workouts. So I could lift weights for like 30 minutes, 40 minutes and things like that. So I did what I had to do, but it had to be fun. And I could play my own music. Yes, I did. Even on a Supernatural virtual workout, I play my own music. If I'm on Peloton, I find them hip hop stuff, R&B stuff, whatever, and cool people that I like to ride with. It has to be fun. If it's not fun, I can't commit. I'm telling you, girlies, come up with a plan that is fun and something you can commit to. And I think you'll do just fine. I think you'll do just fine. And if some of you think, well, I don't have the time, I'm not going to be like, well, you make time. But figure it out. And remember, you don't have to do it every single day. Like, it's just literally some small times of the day. Because I didn't, because I had to work. I have a kid. I had to cook. I had to clean. I had to take care of myself. And I had to not stress. And I had to find a way to sleep for 8 hours. So whenever I found this extra little small block of time, I took advantage of it. And sometimes, real talk, girl, it would just be me, Yoni, see me and taking a breath. Taking a breath. But that's a part of detoxing. That's a part of hormone balancing. That's a part of peace because I'm not going to be bothered. And I wanted to have this baby. I said, I'm going to have it. I'm going to get pregnant. I'm going to stay pregnant. I'm going to give birth for the second time. And I'm going to help my ladies get pregnant. And I also did simple daily detoxes. I cannot stress to you the importance of simple daily detoxes. Daily detoxes meaning drinking teas and getting back tea. But even like Yoni Mack Just Balance Bar or any of the Yoni Mack soaps, those are daily detoxes. And the scrubs, daily detoxes. Simple things that will balance your hormones, help prepare your body for pregnancy and also post-pregnancy too. So yeah, come up with a plan. Sounds simple that you can obviously stick to and something that's not going to stress you out. I do not want one of you saying, well, I tried, I was stressed out. If you're going to do all that, then don't do it because you cannot be stressed. In this journey to conceive, you have to make it as peaceful as possible. And I say that, and I know it sucks because it's like, you just want to be pregnant. You just want to be a mama again. You just want to have journey. But if we're going to have to go through this, we got to come up with a plan that we can stick to. And when that's not going to stress out up here, because up here will affect down here. And then eventually for you to hold the little one, that's going to drive you crazy. You just have to stick to something that is doable. I will not tell you to work out for 2 hours a day because I didn't damn sure do it. I think the most I did was probably an hour sometimes, but maybe twice a week, if that. But when I started out, it was 20 minutes. And eventually it grew because sometimes it's just like, yo, if I am done with everything by 9 o'clock, I need to be in bed by 10. So then that meant I only had half an hour to work out, then to shower, then to relax my body and then go to sleep by 10. I did what I had to do. And you will do what you have to do and you will do it successfully because I believe in you, girlies. In the meanwhile, check out the Yoni Mack website. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share and comment what you think. And what are you doing to get pregnant? What are your plans? Is it going to be simple? It better be. And what are you already doing now? Let your girl know. In the meanwhile, I will see you on the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and share and check out the Yoni Mack website. Use your Yoni Mack code, your discount code, your YouTube codes so that you can get discounts. So I know I can hook up my girlies and you know I'm going to hook you up, boo-boo. Meanwhile, stay peace. I love you.
It's Yoni Mack. Like, share, subscribe.